Why didn't the defense call any of these witnesses?
Well, because we happen to live in America and we don't have the burden of proof.
Trump's defense attorney, Todd Blanche, gave a series of unhinged and unintelligible interviews last night on CNN, also on Fox News. One particularly funny moment was when Todd Blanche was asked on CNN by Caitlin Collins, Trump said there were all these great witnesses, defense witnesses, that would have completely exculpated Donald Trump. But you didn't call them. Why didn't you call them? Todd Blanche's explanation is completely ridiculous. Listen to this.
When he was leaving, one thing he brought up were the witnesses who were not called. And he was saying that there could have been witnesses that would have helped make the case. We never saw Keith Schiller, Alan Weisselberg, some key figures here who got brought up a lot. Why didn't the defense call any of these witnesses?
Well, because we happen to live in America and we don't have the burden of proof. And so there's not, that's not the point. That's a question that is a loaded question that should not be asked of a defense attorney or a defendant. The question that we asked the jury, and they ultimately obviously got passed, is why the prosecution didn't call those witnesses, right? You, as a defense attorney, you don't go into a case saying, I'm going to fill the holes of the prosecution, right? And Keith Schiller and some of the other witnesses that were not ultimately called, in our view, should have been called by the prosecution. And we asked the jury to take a hard look at that.
What on earth is this guy talking about? Now, later he admits Trump was involved in guiding strategy. Your hope is that you're going to win the case for your defendant by pointing out to the jury that there were people not called as witnesses by the prosecution. It's not your job to fill the holes of the prosecution. Well, but maybe it's your job to expose the holes of the prosecution. He's saying the prosecution should have called the witnesses that would have been useful to my client, that would have made the defense better, but we didn't call them. What is this guy talking about? Now, the reality is the answer for why they weren't called is the same as why Trump didn't testify. There was no way to put people under oath and present a coherent alternative explanation for the facts, period. Now, if you're wondering why the defense was so screwy, here is Todd Blanche on Fox News saying Trump was making decisions about legal strategy.
How involved was Donald Trump in his own defense?
I mean, what do you think? I mean, very involved. And he's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing. He jokingly said to us a lot, sometimes he wanted to be the litigator. He wanted to be the one that was actually arguing because he's a smart guy and he knows what he's doing. We made every decision together. We did. And there were things that he was frustrated with. The judge several months ago, there was we wanted to be able to argue reliance of counsel, that to some extent President Trump was relying on his lawyer.
Yeah. Imagine losing all 34 counts for your client and then acting like you and your client together were these brilliant legal geniuses who strategized together. You just lost everything. It's the blind leading the blind here. And imagine Trump wanted to be the litigator. Trump couldn't even be put on the witness stand in his own defense because he would immediately perjure himself and have absolutely no way of explaining the facts in a way that doesn't actually further incriminate him. And we're to believe that Trump would have been able to represent himself as an attorney. It's absolutely absurd. It seems as though we got a very deserved verdict here. And now we wait and we see what is the sentencing on July 11th. Let's take a very quick break. Remember that it's the last day on the Memorial Day membership special. If you missed it and you want the coupon code to get the discount, email info@davidpakman.com. Say, hey, David, give me that code, please. Please. Quick break, back after this. As many people know, I'm a white ale type of guy when it comes to beer. And even for those of us who drink responsibly, like me, sometimes you still feel it the next day and it can slow you down, especially when you start to get up there in the years like me. Check out our sponsor, ZBiotics, which is a probiotic drink created by PhD microbiologists. ZBiotics breaks down the byproduct of alcohol, which is responsible for some of those feelings the day after. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. This byproduct, not dehydration, is to blame for how you feel the next day. ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic produces an enzyme to break that byproduct down. It's designed to work like your liver, but in the gut where you need it most. You drink a tiny bottle of ZBiotics before having any alcohol. You then drink responsibly, get a good night's sleep, and you will feel great the next day. ZBiotics works for so many people. Read the reviews online. Go to zbiotics.com/Pacman and you'll get 15% off your first order when you use code Pacman at checkout. The link is down below.